Welcome back, everybody. Dave Fleming here with you at the Select Medical Orange County Cup. We are in San Clemente, California. Beautiful Lifetime facility here. Just a gorgeous setting. Weather is mint. Mid-70s, slight breeze. Just, you know, it cools you off just a little if you're getting a little hot. And we've got the top seed out here. Matt Wright, Riley Newman, ready to serve. Let's play pickleball. It's Carrizales in black. Volley just sails a bit deep. Carrizales and Nellyville are the 32 seed, so we'll get that straightened out on the scoreboard. When you enter, 32 seeds run into 1 seed, so that is a tough thing for them. And you got the pressure of playing on center court, the pressure that those two will put on, and see if they can settle in here. And Nellyville, the football player, as you can see, big physique, football and baseball player, handles that beautifully. So Josh Nellyville serving. There's Carrizales. And they are on the board. Nice handle by Carrizales of the ball off the tape. Big swing by Carrizales there. Just caught the tape. I like it. Come in here and play. Play your thing. If you're a third, there you go. Beautiful job by Nellyville there, handling the Newman pressure, and they got a pair. And then they served it into the net, but they're smiling about it. So just throw that away. Newman and Wright making sure they got the correct server. We got Howard Hepworth, our head referee here. And that's what firing at Matt Wright looks like. If you haven't seen it before, some of the time as new players are trying to sneak their way into the pro game, if you haven't seen it, you just aren't aware of what they're able to handle and the pace and the location. That's the big difference. Precision of not just where and how they hit it, but where on your body they're putting it. They make you very uncomfortable. And there's Exhibit A of what not being comfortable looks like. Wright can fire that everywhere. Carrizales is shaking his head. He holds that backhand dominant position at the kitchen line. That's why you want to hit that paddle side hip with your attacks. Nellyville. So they're like, all right. Josh Nellyville says, you know, I'd like to shot at being in front of Matt Wright. So they switched into that. See if they do that again. They will. Look at that little angle. Nellyville's flying across there. Got that Selkirk Labs paddle flying through the air. And there's the room service fillet off the tape, and Newman punishes it with the two-handed backhand. And Nellyville again on that left side. He gave the stay sign there, so I'd like to see them keep switching. And they will switch here. So, oh, boy, they called it off, and then Carrizales just, you can tell, weight of the world is on his shoulders here on center court against the top seed. So Wright and Newman up 8-2. Nellyville encouraging his partner. We'll be right back with the conclusion of game number 1. Beautiful hillsides here in San Clemente, and Wright and Newman, the top seed, up 8-2. Howard Hepworth calls us back in. Carrizales trying to hang in there cross court with Riley Newman, but that two-handed dink of Newman's is lethal. And there is Nellyville, who has acquitted himself quite nicely on that left side of the court, and they're going to stack him over there right off the serve here, which I couldn't agree more with. Big former football guy and baseball player, now living in the Idaho area. Oh, he's on it. Nellyville sitting on that, just caught the tape. A lot of pace coming from Wright off that onyx paddle. Nice combo by Nellyville and Carrizales. Oh, tries the ATP with the two-handed backhand. You've got to flick that around there and shape it into the corner. Just not quite able to get his body set to do that there. Went for the highlight reel at 9-2, just wasn't able to make it. Little deep return there from Wright, and that will happen when you're unwinding a stack, meaning you are planning to play the other side of the court after you return. Newman's so tall and has the foot speed, gets there with ease, but if you're playing at home and you're not as fleet of foot, you want to give yourself loft on that return if you want to cover the other side of that court. Loft and depth. Big swing by Carrizales there, and we are at game point for the top seed, Newman and Wright. Nice finish by Nellyville there, so they fend off one. Second chance at the game here. And there's the big rip from Matt Wright off the short return, and they take it 11-3. So Wright and Newman continuing to play at extremely high level here. They're the top seed. They want to keep marching on. We'll see if the same will hold in game number 2 here at the Select Medical Orange County Cup. Those beaches look as good as the pickleball. All right, Howard Hepworth calls us back in, and Josh Nellyville serves. Big rip by Carrizales. And that is just a very frustrating point for Carrizales. Hits so many good shots that are probably winning in any number of matches he plays at all levels, but this one. You saw Newman reach out with a left hand to stab that beautiful first drive, and then tried to catch Wright. And Wright stabbed the ball back and then was caught. So I like it. empty every bit of your arsenal into this second game here. Caught in between whether to take that out of the air. Great body control by Nellyville there as he was caught with the paddle up and behind him, but able to hit down still. So great athlete. I owe him a postcard from San Clemente. Tries a obscene angled serve that does not get a whole lot way up the net, but no harm done here when you're serving. Just lost opportunity. Big drive again. Oh, and then some indecision after a beautiful point. And you get to see what the best can do with your best there as Nellyville and Carrizales were firing away. And Newman is able to reset your best. He will be doing that all day long and then countering on both sides. That comes up a little short. And there's the Newman set up, and he knows that he is not winning the point on that, but you see he is already anticipating where your reply is going to be. He knows it's going to go to his right, and he goes and finishes. And that's winning pickleball, folks. Attack, know where that reply is likely to go based on the precision of where you put the ball, and then go finish the next one. Newman, one of the best in the world at that. You see Nellyville gave up the line there, so when you are playing and you're in that hands battle, and Nellyville has shown he has good hands, if you are 2 feet behind the kitchen line, you are not going to beat somebody who is at the kitchen line. That 2 feet of difference affects both ball height that you can hit and reply it, and then what you can hit yourself. So stay on that line, folks, if you can. If you put a ball up, obviously, that's a whole different story. And that's just too good by Wright and Newman. And the other thing you saw is Newman goes for an Ernie, and he's taking a down the line dink away, but he's also setting the ball up for Wright to be able to do some damage. And Carrizales had a chance to rip one there, but pulls it well wide. And Wright thought he'd have more pace on that, so he pulls it. We just heard Wright say the off speed was effective. Oh no, Nellyville smiling as he went for a, it's hard to hit an angle to your left when you are on the left side. There's just no margin there, so oh no, and then that carries over, and the cocktail sails well deep. 7-0-2 here. First round action, men's and women's doubles day. And there's the complimentary pickleball these two have really brought to their games. Wright and Newman have won the last two. They beat the Johns brothers at their last chance, got over that mountain. They won't have a chance to do that today as Ben Johns is out of the country. So Colin is playing with AJ Kohler as the 2 seed. That'll be something if that matchup happens. There's a nice ATP that was not defended. Oh, and Wright was moving. Saw it, and we are quickly here to a match point for the top seed. And they are able to get the ball back. So let's see if they can at least dent the scoreboard here in game 2. And Carrizales can bring it with that paddle, just not fortunate off the tape there. And there's one, folks, when there's a ball in the middle of the court, you do not want to reach your backhand as you cross your feet over when your partner's there with the forehand. I know you feel like you're trying to help your partner, but you're actually hurting your team. Let the forehand handle that. Match point number 2. And the Gearbox CX14 is unable to handle that for Carrizales, and Wright and Newman looking very good. Put the pickle up in game 2. Carrizales and Nellyville again. The only way to get better is to see what the best looks like, and that is the best. So the top seed cruises like a sailboat out on the Pacific Ocean, and they will be a formidable foe all day long. Saw some great hands from Nellyville. Good to see football and baseball players out here battling. Fans are starting to fill in and pack this beautiful amphitheater that is set in here at San Clemente at this Lifetime facility. So again, reminder, we will be here on YouTube until 2 when we switch to Tennis Channel. So tennis and pickleball coming together. We'll come together with the next match right after this.